Thing, and I think having the three of you in this discussion would be a good discussion, is that why the pet industry is so popular, and it's $1 billion industry year after year, and why people in general all over the country are so passionate about pets. Why don't we address that, Christine?
Well, I can speak for a whole host of women and men in my situation. Some of us simply are choosing not to have kids, and that's a real true demographic now. Those of us in our 40s have decided that, you know, we're focusing on our career, and that's just not an option for us, but pets fill a space in our lives that, you know, there's unconditional love, there's something to take care of, there's something to be responsible for. I find that a lot of the best people in my life have come from pets. The people that I've met, people like Ellen, people like Chris, being on this radio program. So I think, to answer your question from my perspective, is that there are enough of us now saying, you know what, I don't mind having a few cats and dogs running around the house. It's a huge responsibility. It does tie me down to some extent. I do have a dog walker. I can certainly put them in doggy daycare at Fido Fitness. But it fills a huge need in someone to have that company, to have that companionship, and it gets me out in the world in a way that I enjoy, because I get out in nature. I take them to parks, taking them for walks, talking to my neighbors. So from my perspective, Howie, that's why a lot of us now are spending billions of dollars gladly on our pets every year.
Absolutely, and my wife and I, we feel blessed because in 30 years we've had 2 dogs. We had a standard poodle that lived 17 years, and now our toy poodle, Chloe, is 13. So to have 2 dogs in 30 years, we're very blessed. Ellen, question for you. Why do you feel the pet industry is a $1 billion industry, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and people just love their pets?
Well, I have to agree with Christine, because it's exactly what's happening. People are not having children, they have animals, and they treat their animals as their children. So even with, you know, Fido Fitness Club and the daycare, people are who brings their dog to daycare? They're teaching their dogs how to socialize. They don't want to keep them home. They want to give them something to do. So they come now to a place where they have friends. You know, kids go to daycare, dogs go to daycare, and that's what's happening. Pet Valu, I have to tell you, this is the best store on Long Island. It's very, very welcoming. Christine, we were talking about it. It's a boutique feel. It's really great. Come here, and it's a good feel. So people want to spend the money for it.
You know how it feels in here? It feels different for the pet owner. That's the difference.
Yes.
When I walk in here, I don't feel like I'm in a commercial store. I feel like I have my furry child, you know, and I think nice things. So I think that's why, Ellen. Yeah. Different feeling.
Chris, why don't you address that? Because you see customers coming in every day. Talk about the passion that you see with your customers and the passion out there for the pet industry.
I mean, it goes back to what Ellen was saying, it goes back to what Christine was saying, and that is that it's this unconditional love. You sit there, and like I tell everyone all the time, my dog eats better than I do. You know, my dog eats a primal diet, a raw diet, you know, all your nutrients, no grains. I had McDonald's last night for dinner. And now the reason why I say that is because I choose for myself, but you have to choose for them. And I think that's why there is so much love, because that's the unconditional love. You know, dog doesn't care. You can leave for 2 minutes, you could leave for 2 hours, you could leave for 2 days, and you know, it's the same response when you come back. You know, the unconditional love is going to be there, and I really feel like that's one of the reasons why pet industry is growing so much, is because you're choosing for it. Regardless, you know, I mean, as you can see, some of them don't like the dryer, hence the asking the vacuum question. But you know, I really feel like that has a lot to do with it. It's that unconditional love. It's, you know, I see a lot of people, either one who to touch on what Christine was saying, who have no children and have chosen to go, you know, a different route. And I see a lot of people who kids have already gone away to college, they've gone out, and they want something to fill that, you know, void. I mean, you know, a pet lover is a pet lover. You know, there's nothing else like them. You know, anyone, if you ever meet anyone and they say, well, I don't know about pets. I don't know about them. I'm just being.
I'm in agreement. I don't know about them.
And I mean that's just what it is, and it really comes back to the unconditional love of animals.
Well, not only that, is I feel that people, I've read this and I think it's so true, that people have pets, it's good for your health.
It is.
Because you're walking your dog, you're getting exercise. When you're petting your dog, it's good for your blood pressure. So I think there's a lot of, plus the fact you walk through the door, your dogs always wag their tail, they're always happy to see you. They don't give you that attitude that and drama that some people can give you. So to me, there's a lot of health benefits of having a dog, of that love, that bond.
I agree. I feel that, first of all, I don't have the benefit of a yard. And with 4 dogs, I have to walk them every day, numerous times a day. So it forces me to get out with them in all kinds of weather, which quite frankly I've learned to embrace. Learned to embrace the freezing cold weather that we are now having every winter. Physically, it's great for me to get out and walk them. I also run one of my other dogs. You're right, Howie, when I come home and they're happy to see me, we never have a bad day. It doesn't matter what I look like when I roll out of bed. My pilgrim's tail is always wagging to see me. He's ah. How can you not get out of bed and be in a happy mood when your little 30-pound dog is like so happy to see you every day? And it is calming when you pet your, I believe we release oxytocin.
Yep.
Same bonding chemical in other situations. So between the exercise, being focused on something other than myself, I cook for them, so therefore I get vegetables because they get vegetables. Otherwise, probably wouldn't be eating vegetables. And my overall feeling in my home is it's not just me. I'm not alone. You know, there's somebody else there, except of course when there's a Christmas tree and they're trying to take it down.
Yeah. Some final thoughts, Ellen.
I was just thinking, while you guys are talking, people have their dogs and they're spending money on them because they want to keep them healthy. So they're putting a lot of money into their health care, the food that they, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why the industry is growing so much.
And the therapeutic aspects of pets too. Maybe Chris, you could talk about that. Like pet therapy dogs.
Yeah, I mean there is a lot out there. I mean you have the literally therapy dogs. I see them from time to time in training, and I mean these are dogs that are brought to areas or to people, just to pet them, relax, just to feel that general love, just to relax with them. I mean, in general, I mean it's I don't even know. I don't even know. It's just one of the most amazing things.
Unconditional love.
It's unconditional love. I know I said it like 6 times, and I'm going to say it again. Because it's so rewarding. Because you know what? You roll over and you don't want to get out of bed, and then you got that wet nose in your face that says, no, you got to get out of bed. And it's like, okay, all right. And you'll get up for them, if not for yourself. So if anything else, they keep you going, even when you don't want to.
They keep me honest.
That's it.
All right, Chris, we've got a few minutes left. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We enjoyed it. Ellen, thanks for coming. We're looking at July 5th, and